Okay, this is going to be a little playthrough of Hubert's Island Adventure Mouse of War, version 1.4.0, the new update that just came out today. Oh, first, I'm going to need to set up my controls. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Act 1, Scene 1, our story begins. A picnic lunch with Hubert and friends. With his main squeeze Sally, stacks of leaves and cheese. Hubert was happy, content as could be. But there, the horizon, what could it be? On closer inspection, 'twas a ship on the sea. And soon it had landed, and what was on board? Mice, many mice, and it seemed they meant war. Sally was taken with the leaves and the cheese, and then they were gone like a quick, fearsome breeze. But Hubert's resolve was firm and unyielding. He set off at once to recover what they were stealing. And that, my dear friends, is where we are now. Without further ado, to the island with you. And so the game begins. We'll start out in Vibrant Valley. First level's been reworked a little bit since the last update. It's been a really long time since I released a patch for this game, so this one's pretty big. Lots of fixes and tweaks and balance changes, and also some pretty cool additions. There are bots, little AI bots that play along with you in the multiplayer modes. Points actually have a... Points have a use now. Candy does. Well, you get points. And it now has a purpose, being that you can spend them in the store. There's a little store in the game that you can spend your candy on, and you can purchase crazy upgrades like... Well, and weird things, not just upgrades. You can buy X-ray specs and see all the little secret areas in the levels. You can turn all the NPCs in the game into monkeys. And there's a bunch of stuff like that. I think there's 9 in this update. 9 little unlocks. There's also upgrades that you can get throughout the game, kind of like a Metroidvania. You can get a double jump, the ability to go in lava, that sort of thing. Those are really handy. You find those just kind of like a Metroidvania. You just find them out in the world and grab them. They're usually in like a special room defended by some tougher obstacles. Let's just beat this level and move on. Grab as much candy as you can at the end of the level. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go to the No, we can't go in the volcano yet. No, we can. I will reveal a secret. These are already in the game from before. There are secret entrances to a lot of levels. Maybe even most or all of them at this point. And actually, if you wanted... yes, the signs. There are signs all over the game, and some of them are in the standard galactic alphabet. So, you can translate those if you know the alphabet. Google it if you want. And there's also a translator you can get in the game that translates all of them automatically for you. But a lot of those tell you about secrets. I don't actually remember which upgrade is in the volcano, but this is probably the hardest one to get to. Made it down here. That is only the first part of this process. This one you probably don't want to go for first. I'm probably going to end up giving up. You're pretty much expected to come here probably as one of your last upgrades. One of the upgrades you can get protects you from spikes, so this little area would be a lot easier. I want to at least get a little farther in here. But a lot of the upgrades have tough stuff kind of like this. This one's the hardest. I skipped straight to showing the coolest one, really. This one's expecting you have like the spike upgrade, for instance. I think it's called the sharpshoot or something like that. Ow. It protects you from spikes and the little buzzsaw things, so both of those are in here, so it makes it a lot easier to get through this. Although I want to try this again because I got close. This is kind of, I think this is the most annoying part. It's really hard to land on these and not, for some reason, at least I want to, when I land on it, I want to run off of it. It's just instinct. And then you get smashed underneath it, and then you die. There we go. Okay. A little shortcut there. Alright. No! Ah! So close. Okay, I'll move on. Or I could be here for a while longer. Oh. And now we have unlocked the volcano boss, so we'll go fight him. Every 2 levels you beat, you unlock a boss. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have tried that. Okay. We'll go in the secret way again. Technically, I could probably be a different guy, and it'd be easier to get in here. Yeah. Slimo can jump a lot higher. I really play most of the game as just Hubert, the main character. I guess I'm kind of more used to playing as him. There's another secret. Oh yeah, we're going for the boss. I was headed for the exit there. Oh. Why? I'm gonna just commit suicide so I can respawn up there. I just recently played through this whole game and collected all the items and did everything. And got to, I think, New Game Plus 3 for testing purposes, primarily. But anyway, now I'm used to all the cool upgrade items, because I had all of those. So now I'm spoiled. I'm not used to only being able to jump once. That sort of thing. Okay. Here's the volcano boss. Over there somewhere. Here he comes. You can actually beat this guy by coming down here if you really want to. I think it's the only boss where there's like a weird little cheat like this. I I guess I should change that. I kind of like it. There being one boss that's kind of like a little starter. He's kind of the starter boss. You can figure that out and feel kind of clever. Oh, I can cheat and beat this guy. But people have done that testing it, so I kind of left it that way. Whoops. Oh, got the cheese though. Oh, I forgot that was there. There are a lot of little secret spots like that. Darn it. Okay, maybe we'll go down a different way. Whenever the level reloads, like when you respawn or come back to a level, all of the permanent collectible items like the leaves and the cheese are replaced with candy, so that you can get more and more candy as you play. A little bit more incentive to fly around and grab items if you've already been to a level. Oh, what's in there? It's more ammo. Yeah. Yeah, man, there is a suit that protects you from lava. There's a suit that protects you from spikes and bananas. I don't have any of those anymore. I'm used to them. There's nothing that protects you from fireballs. I don't know why I'm jumping into fireballs. I don't have any reason for that. Ah! This little spot's actually pretty hard. You have to really pay attention. There we go. So, there's one boss down. I'm gonna come over here real fast to Hubert's house. Now, this little vending machine here, the Shop-O-Matic, this is where you buy the crazy unlock things with your candy. Ah, yeah, the cheapest one puts top hats on everybody. Not everyone, only the classy NPCs get top hats. That turns everybody into the monkeys. And there's a bunch of other stuff. Some of it, just makes it easier to get more candy. And then there's a variety of just crazy things. There's some things that are actually helpful in the game, like the infinite jumps is pretty helpful. We'll go here next. The Accursed Acreage. This level was actually drawn up by my wife when I was originally designing the game. All the levels were designed on paper. I still have those somewhere. A big thick thing of level drawings. Whoa. Okay. Zombie cows aren't very dangerous as long as you pay attention. They more just keep coming relentlessly. Bested. Here's a clever little riddle that a pirate named Yellowbeard left behind. So if you follow that, you end up getting to one of the upgrade items. And there's a couple things like that. That one is in this level. It just leads you to another part of the level. And there is another series of things by a pirate named, Bluebeard, I think. And he left a more intricate path. You've got to go through several different levels following the clues like a little treasure hunt. And do that and you will end up with something cool. See if I can get up here to the secret spot. There we go. Quite a lot of ammo in there. We don't have the translator yet. I could spend the rest of the video, I guess, translating that sign, but it wouldn't be the most interesting thing ever. Can't get those yet. I mean, I could get a couple probably as I died, jumping into the water, but that's not very fun to watch. See if I can grab one before it fades out. Oh, got it. And I got the Die After the Level Ends achievement. I think that might actually be the only place in the entire game you can get that achievement. I believe it is. Yeah, I guess we'll go to the mountain. Mammoth Mountain. Oh, these rams. I hate these rams. They are probably one of the most annoying enemies in the game. So I guess I did my job. I'm not sure. I guess if I was shooting for a really, really annoying, obnoxious thing, then I succeeded. This is pretty much impossible. Unless you really take your time and kill all of these monkeys carefully. Or have the banana-proof suit, in which case that room is a lot easier. As long as you don't run into any monkeys, you're safe. Even shooting them would be pretty difficult, actually. Oh! Without the homing shot. That was close. Let's see, where did he end up? I don't know, somewhere down there, I guess. Hopefully not down here. Okay. There's only a couple places in the game where you can flip a lever like that and then the door is really far away. So I'm not sure if I like those all that much. I put them in a couple places where I didn't think they were they were doable. That's definitely the only one where it's actually needed, like required. It's not just like a special item or something. I think. I say definitely. Maybe I only think it is. Okay. We made it. There's nothing past this goal anyway. Like I did in the farm, you can jump over the goals and get past them, but there's not usually much past them. Okay, the treacherous tomb boss has been unlocked. And since I'm apparently just cheating and going through these little secret entrances, we won't even bother getting the yellow key. We'll just hop it. This actually, there's more than one way in here. I think you can, oh, yeah. If you're Slimo, you can hop right up here. This isn't the fastest path to the boss, but you can get that key. And then we can shoot down here. Oops. have as much... Well, he has more friction than Hubert, or anybody else. I don't really know why there's a snowman here, other than there can be one, so there is. Ah. There we go. Another little secret spot. And the next boss is in here. I think it showed a little while ago, but I didn't mention it at the time, but enemies fade out after a little while. You can turn that setting off in the little config file. But I like it. It's mainly useful for survival mode where there's just tons of enemies. But difficulty affects the amount of enemies that spawn, like extra enemies can spawn throughout the level in adventure mode based on difficulty, and I really redid the way difficulty works in the game with this update, so there can be a lot of enemies all over the level as the difficulty gets higher. And there's New Game Plus mode now, which increases the difficulty by 1 each new game. If I remember right, if you got it set to hard mode, at first it just increases the difficulty by 1. Most stuff, if it's going to increase the difficulty, it's just like that, it's just by 1. But hard mode, I believe, causes a 25% increase once you've gotten on your first new game, or something else increases the difficulty aside from the setting. I think the difficulty is also increased on Friday the 13th. Yeah, it is. It's increased by 1. So when that happens, or you've got at least 1 new game plus going on, you've got, in hard mode, extra like 25% difficulty. So that adds up once you've got a few new games. You start having a pretty big leap in difficulty. And a lot of these levels, I'm kind of just zipping through them. I'm not exploring them and getting all the items, but I just kind of wanted to show the game, talk about it a little as I played. I noticed the last video I had a couple that showed me working on the bots, but other than that, the last video I have of this game is from a while back. So I wanted something a little more recent. There have been some graphical improvements, I think, since the last video, and then a lot of bug fixes and feature additions and such. Although you haven't actually seen many of the new features, it's more just heard me yap about them. Well, they're really hard to get to. And I don't want to... Some of them are secret. They're not even really hard to get to, so much as you have to know where to get to them. And so the first time you play, you kind of find it by... there's hints and stuff throughout the game. And I don't really want to give that away if somebody's going to play through, and they might want to find it on their own. It's kind of part of the fun. Well, I say it's not hard. The secret spots still have like a little challenge. They're just kind of... Generally, it's a slightly easier challenge to make up for the fact that it's hard figuring out how to get there. And these bosses are super easy at first. I'm used to, like New Game Plus whatever guys through testing, so this all feels so easy. Except for the fact that I don't have all my cool stuff. I think one of the coolest items is the banana suit. It makes you impervious to bananas and they actually bounce off of you, so it's really handy. I think this level has some of the worst art in the game. Just the, like this wooden wall stuff here. It's not very detailed. It doesn't even have edges. It's got a little top edge, but the sides and the bottoms don't have anything going on. That is a side effect of the way that I was doing the tile graphics, which has actually been changed since then. But that was long, the change came long after I had done all the artwork for the levels, unfortunately. Someday I might try to add some extra artwork into this level. It wouldn't be too hard. It wouldn't be fun. This game... This is the first game I ever released commercially, and it's by far the biggest and most complete game I've ever made. Or I had, at this point in time, made. And I didn't know what I was doing. So there's a lot of things in the game engine for this that it's a real pain to add more content. Or even tweak existing content. Like a lot of things in this update took way longer than they should have. Like it's pretty much an all-day project adding items. So like the upgrade items that I added, it was pretty much an all-day thing adding them in. It's far enough over there. Let's go get the swimming gear. There we go. So now we can swim underwater without drowning. I think I got all of those. Oh, and each new game plus, the candy is worth more, and bosses drop slightly more candy. So, the more you play, the harder it gets, but the faster you earn candy, and the more quickly you can buy the unlocks down here in his house. Oh, ran into a wall for a minute there. I'm playing with a wireless controller, and every once in a while, I don't know why, but it kind of cuts out on me. It can be a real pain. Let's go to the mountain peak. I know I haven't beaten that one yet. It's the weather machine in there. Semi-big part of the game. It affects two different levels. It makes it where you can access different parts of them. The desert and then a valley level that I didn't show in this video. They start out raining or snowing, respectively. And when you turn off the weather machine, they change to their natural weather patterns, which just so happens to unlock whole other parts of those levels. Like the desert's no longer flooded when it stops raining, so you can go to the lower part of the level, which you could not get to before. And the valley level, these little platforms become unfrozen, and some lakes become unfrozen also, so you can, either way, you can get down underground, or before you cannot. I actually like a lot of areas and things in this game. I should say where you could not before unless you found the secret entrance. There's a lot of secret entrances in this game to everything. Secret everything's everywhere. I like secret spots. Ah! I had a lot of fun throwing little secret areas into this game. And adding secret items, there'd be more of those too, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, they're really hard to add. Like ridiculously hard to add. I have to spend just hours messing around in the code to add items, because everything's so hard-coded. It's very painful. It's painful to look at too. Just my newer projects have greatly evolved in the area of code and engine frameworky stuff. Whoops. Like I actually have an engine framework. I'm not sure what you'd call it. I guess framework's probably a better word, but a framework of code that does all sorts of stuff like menus and just boring junk. But it's all very formalized now, and I use it to make all my games. Or at least all my PC stuff. It's really helpful to have. It saves a massive amount of time. Oh! I messed that up. I did not fly off the way I should have. Land on this nice little platform here. Another thing I changed in this version is you can shoot downwards through the platforms. Before you couldn't do that, the platform would stop it and it caused a lot of things to be harder than they needed to be. So I changed it. So here's the haunted house boss. I may end up showing all the bosses in this video. I'm kind of rushing through the game. You can actually beat this game really fast if you want. If you know the secrets and stuff, you could speedrun through this quite quickly. Like, I've not done this nearly as quickly as I could have. Not there. And like, a lot of these bosses can be quite easy if you know what you're doing. I mean, that's true of any game, but the bosses in this game are not particularly difficult. They weren't really supposed to be. I wanted the game to be fairly easy. Or at least I wanted people to be able to get into it even if they weren't. Yeah, I did not want this to be a I want to be the guy type platformer. Didn't want it to be crazy. I need to beat one more level, and I guess that would be the ocean. So, I wanted the bosses to reflect that. I didn't want them to be super hard guys. If you go fast enough, you can run across the top of water. Like, if I were to have slowed down out there, I would have fallen into the water. It's a nice little shortcut to come over here to, you guessed it, another secret area. And actually, while I'm over here, I might as well actually get this really cool secret. I don't know where my little sea turtle buddy is. Ah. Well, he'll be there now. Unless I jump off. That was not my intention. There we go. Zip across all this mess. And we acquire the hazard suit. It looks kind of like an elephant-shaped version of another hazard suit from a popular game franchise. Yeah, there we go. What else do I have? Just keys and a swimming suit. Alright. I guess I'll just leave it here. That is why I came here originally. Did I unlock the last boss being that last guy and just not notice? It's possible. I don't play games and comment on them very often. I'm kind of new at this, so I'm not doing the best job ever multitasking. But I think it's okay. Hopefully this will be of interest to someone. And I wanted some kind of newer footage of my game to be out there in the world. I might set some of this to music and make it like a little trailer. I don't know, we'll see. I might also just stick this online and call it a day. One cool thing about this is, as long as I don't say anything too crazy, as long as I don't say anything I regret, I don't need to edit this at all. I just kind of show me playing it. I would edit out if I accidentally revealed some sort of secret about the game that I didn't want to, but I don't care. Most of the stuff that I've talked about in this, I don't mind people seeing. It's not like this game isn't super spoilery, or spoiler prone, maybe? Vulnerable to spoilers. Not a big deal. There are a lot of secrets in the game, but most of it's not it's not story related or anything. The game doesn't really... It has a story, but only in the very barest sense of the term. It only technically has a story. Alright. These guys run away from you unless an alarm is going off. There aren't actually any alarms in this level, so they're just little cowards here. But in some places, there are alarms that they can set off, and then they will come after you, and they are quite dangerous. They run really fast. And down here is another secret. Surprise, surprise. And actually... Ah! That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over there because there's more to see. This pops up whenever you beat the lighthouse. The lighthouse is basically the last level. That's how the game kind of views it. But, like it said on there, the end with a question mark. It's not really over until you beat the final boss. And then you complete this level again, just kind of as a little finale. The final boss is in this level, though, so not a problem. The final and this is always the last boss in the rotation. All the other bosses, the order that you fight them is randomized each game or each playthrough. But this guy is the same. He's always the last guy you face. And actually, you can not beat the level after you kill him if you want. You can leave the level without beating it, and then you could avoid starting a new game plus that way. Otherwise, it's automatic. When you beat the final boss and you finish this level, new game plus whatever activates immediately. Oh man. There are snowmen in a lot of crazy places in this game. Those and cows. There are cows everywhere. Cows are kind of the mascot for the game. I guess. They're not really in any of the pictures that I made, like the promotional imagery. I don't think there are cows featured in any of it. But there are a ton of cows. I mean, there's regular cows, and there's a bouncing cow that's in some secret places, special areas and levels. And then there's a ghost cow, and a mummy cow, and a zombie cow. I got kind of carried away with the cows, perhaps. Oh, hello, cat. And in the game, right? Alright. There is actually a cat in the game. So this is the final boss. He shoots these things that fly at random speeds and either home on you or not home on you, which is also randomized. So it basically makes kind of a... It can turn into almost a bullet hell looking thing, with them flying just all over the place. This isn't too bad. Ah! Missed that. What did I... Oh, I see. Yeah. That promptly blew up. Oops. It's generally recommended not to jump into the foes. Should probably have already known that. But, no magic. The achievements are something I wouldn't do again. They were like a ton of work, and honestly, I don't even really like achievements that much in games. I don't really remember what the thinking was when I added them into this game. I honestly think they kind of got added into this game just because so many other games had them at the time. Well, they still do. But they don't hurt anything. You don't have to try for them or care about them. Oh, and now that he is past half health, he is significantly more threatening. That was close. There we go. So the candy is worth a decent amount. Oh, actually, and the candy that drops from a boss is worth more than the candy that drops from anything else in the game. There's like a little bonus applied to it. It's boss candy. Okay, we'll call that good. But it's worth a lot more. A lot more. If I can make up that term. Once you get... Bleh, sorry. Once you get through some of the new game pluses, the candy from the boss starts being worth a lot. And that is where a lot of your points will come from, probably. Mine did. You could go kind of farm it in the levels, but it's not really the idea. I don't like farming. But I guess, I mean, it doesn't really prevent you from doing that. It just encourages you not to by making the bosses worth so much candy. So it ends by saying that Brave Hubert's quest is not finished because he didn't find all the leaves and cheese. And there we go, New Game Plus I. It's presented in Roman numerals because those are so sophisticated. Yes. Unlike your barbaric, more recent numbering systems. So that's the game. Now the fireworks will keep firing now that I've beaten the game at least once. And they get a little more intense as you beat the game more. Only up to a point. It used to just keep going up and up the more you beat the game. But that, I found, was quite annoying because the whole screen would just be fireworks. And that it wasn't as fun as you might think it sounds. They also shoot off in the background of all the levels. They didn't actually take all that long to add, and they were a fun addition. I think they make the game more fun. The candy and the fireworks, it's a very colorful game. If I were doing it over, it would actually probably be more colorful. Like, the color scheme of the game, there really isn't one. I've since this, I've started having, all my games have kind of like a color palette. So that the coloring for the whole thing is more consistent, but I didn't have anything like that at this point. And it shows. All the art looks a little more inconsistent this way, just because the colors are kind of... A lot of the colors are still the same, because they are copy-pasted from other art I had. I just copied the colors, so it's not too bad in a lot of places, but it could be better. You can ride the cows. Would not recommend attempting to ride a zombie cow. He'll try to eat your brain, as zombies are wont to do. Oh, your ammunition is reset on New Game Plus. Permanent items remain collected. Doors remain unlocked. But your ammunition is reset, the weather machine is reset, and the bosses are reset. And the game becomes more difficult, and candy is worth more points. Bosses drop a bit more candy as well, to further stack on the effect of bosses being worth more. I don't even know why I did that. I should have not done that. Anyway, I guess I will wrap up this video. I've been kind of rambling on about the game for a while. Hopefully, if anyone stuck with me this long, you had a good time and learned a lot about Hubert's Island Adventure, Mouse o' War. Quite a long title. Another change that's come about after this game with my subsequent projects is shorter titles. Much shorter titles. And titles that don't have apostrophes in them. Oh my, I would not recommend that. Because I found I had a lot of technical issues with some websites and such having the apostrophe. They didn't like it, or... Oh, it was awful. I wouldn't recommend it at all. So, I will probably never, ever, ever release a game that has an apostrophe ever again. And the titles will be much shorter, as a rule. So this has been Hubert's Island Adventure Mouse War, as I just said. I hope that you learned a lot from this video, and if you would like to see more from Cheese and Bacon Games, just feel free to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Okay, the liking the video, that won't show you more videos. That's more for my own benefit. That's to stroke my ego. That's all that's for. So you don't have to do that. But if you want to see more of our videos, definitely subscribe to our channel. And check out what else we are coming out with. The next project I'm going to work on after getting this patch out is probably another patch for BitBeast, which is actually an Android game that I made a while back, released last summer. I've got a huge update for it in the works that adds like a whole kind of RPG metagame on top of it. It's a virtual pet. So yeah, an RPG metagame obviously is that's just what you would expect to be there. So that's what I'm adding. And then after that, I have several ideas for projects, several things kind of prototypes in the works. We will see from there, but this video has gone on far too long as it is, so I'm going to cut it off now. Farewell.